Singularity 6 just released their first official developer update for Palia, detailing many new exciting features coming soon to the game. And I think that many of you are going to be very happy. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and today we have the August 2023 developer update for Palia, the first of many to come in the future. We also have a letter from Palia's game director, and between these two posts, you might be in for a lot of reading. I will link both official posts in the video description for your reference, but if you'd rather listen than read or just want the highlights, I got you. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. To start off, Palia's game director shared that Singularity 6 is now committing to publishing at least one development update each month, but there will often be even more. The updates will be found on the Palia website and will focus on the top subjects within the community, along with how they will be responding to feedback over future patches. Just so you guys know, I will be covering all of these updates on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed with your notifications on if you want to stay in the loop. This month's update focuses on Decor Interactivity, workbench improvements, character customization, and more. First up, Decor Interactivity. If you've played Palia, then you know exactly how it feels to want to sit or want to lay down, but not actually being able to. Well, the team is fully aware of this and are actively working on sitting, laying down, turning lights on and off, opening and closing cabinets and drawers, and turning water on and off as well. Apparently, there have been some technical hurdles, specifically with chair sitting, so to tide us over until that feature can be fully implemented, excitingly, they will be adding both a sit and a kneel emote to our default loadouts in the upcoming patches. Next, they are also working on making improvements to the crafting workbench. While there are currently some sorting options for the interface, it is definitely cumbersome to scroll through the long list of unlocked blueprints to find exactly what you're trying to craft. To address this, more robust workbench filtering is in development, along with crafting in stacks. The timeline for this feature is within the next 2 months, so we can look forward to more quality of life crafting features very soon in the future. Now let's talk about the request system, which is intended to be a quick and easy way of helping out other players, either found in your area or who you have a social connection with. To improve this system, the team will be making some changes. First, you will be able to fulfill requests anywhere using items from your home storage. So you won't need to have the items in your inventory to give them to someone in the future. There will also be increased clarity on request cooldowns, along with a sharp reduction in that cooldown time. So in other words, your request limit will be more obvious, and it seems that you will be able to make requests more often. They are also adding the ability to request star quality items, and even more to come. The team also wanted to clarify that the request system is not meant to be a replacement for an open trading system, which they will be discussing more in a future blog post on economy. Next up, we will have some additional updates to character customization to look forward to. While they have already confirmed that facial hair is in the works, they will also be adding lighter skin tones, which has been a very popular request. It has been clarified that the lack of these skin tones was actually due to lighting concerns, but they now have a very experienced lighting artist working on this, along with a variety of other lighting improvements throughout the game. Of course, along with these new customization options, you will need a method of actually selecting them for your existing character. And luckily, the team will also be adding the ability to customize core aspects of your character post-initial creation. So if you happen to change your mind about the choices you made in the beginning, no big deal. Now for my farming friends, if you've ever planted a seed in the wrong plot or unlocked a new crop like an exciting blueberry bush that you just want to plant right away but you don't have the space to do so, you will be able to destroy your crops to rearrange plots in the future. The team will share more details about this system once it releases, but for now, just know that it's in the works. Finally, for the actively in development content that the team is ready to share, there will be even more quests to come. If you've completed the first temples that Gina asked you to investigate, continuation of this questline is on its way. The team is committed to adding onto the story when they can as they update the game, and they'd like you to think of what's been delivered so far as simply the prologue to a story they hope to bring to players for as long as we'd like to play Palia. Now, before we move on to discussing other big features that are on the horizon for Palia, I want to hear your thoughts on this little hint they left behind. Here it says, and of course, we all know you want to redacted and redacted. So 2 statements with 2 words each. They also left behind some emojis, potentially as clues. We have a puzzle piece, a pickaxe, a heart, a fire, and a dog. Is it pets? Own dogs? Mine gems? Play mini games? Would that count as 2 words? I'm not sure. Seriously though, share all your guesses down in the comments. I can't wait to read through your speculations. So next up, let's talk about even more features on the horizon for Palia, which are planned to be implemented in the coming months. Apparently, as of the August 29th update, which is tomorrow at the time of recording this, chat history will now be maintained across map transfers. They are also working on implementing proximity text chat and some community-focused features, including deeper permission control for friends on your housing plot, community progression and activities, updates to flow tree availability, and just more things to do in multiplayer. All of this sounds really exciting, intriguing, and I can't wait to see exactly what they have planned. They also wanted to provide us with a bit of an update about the Switch release. The exact date for that is still to be determined because they still have a lot of work to do to prepare for that. They've made a lot of strides in the first 3 weeks since the open beta started, but they are still working on continuing to improve their server stability and queue times. At this time, the Switch release is still slated for holiday of this year. 2 major bugs have also been addressed. First was the merging house plots and missing items bug, where player homes were essentially merging together. This allowed uninvited guests to enter some players' home plots and sadly mess with their items. This has been resolved and was treated as a very high priority because Palia is meant to feel like you're home away from home. Unwanted visitors goes completely against the foundations of what the team is trying to achieve in Palia, so luckily that has been settled. But if you were affected by this, you can reach out to Palia's player support, which I will link in the video description for your convenience. The other more major bug that was fixed in Palia relates to storage. Now, this is important to discuss because just in general, the team expects to make some pretty notable updates to the storage system to address player feedback. But essentially what happened in this instance was the game released with a bug that allowed players to have additional storage by using extra housing plots. I genuinely have no idea how anyone discovered this, but it became more commonly used across players. But this wasn't the intended feature and was fixed in the latest patch, which then left many players with extremely maxed out storage. This experience, while very inconvenient for players with overflowing storage bins, was actually an incredible learning experience for the team to help them take better account of the live player experience when pushing updates and bug fixes in the future. So that on its own is a win. Remember friends, this is beta. We're honestly here to not just enjoy the game, but also help the team shape it to become the ultimate cozy game built with tons of player feedback in mind. It's honestly such an exciting experience to be a part of, in my opinion, and I'm so grateful to be here for the journey. According to the team, there are actually hundreds of other features and improvements planned, along with many things we have already asked for, so they will continue sharing these updates whenever they can. But now let's step back even further and take a look at the big picture, which was shared in a letter from Palia's game director. Of course, I would highly recommend taking a read through the entire letter, which was so beautifully written, but I will give you the short form version of it here. First up, to be clear, the team is fully aware that their grand vision for the game is one that will likely take years beyond launch to fully achieve, and as such, their focus has been on delivering a core experience to build upon each and every day. This core experience aims to emphasize community simulation genre traditions like housing customization, cozy skills, NPC interactions, and an incredibly wholesome world. Singularity 6 is fully aware that they have a lot to do for Palia to reach its full potential of being an incredible community simulation game, and understand that it's not quite there yet on the MMO side for many players, which is a critique I too have seen quite frequently within the community, but again, remember this is just the beta. The game director further noted that they have far more than just new content in their plans, with many exciting things coming soon for community sim and MMO players, with hints at more community activities like having a challenge to overcome, a community home to enjoy, and a way to show off your collective pride and accomplishments for all of Palia to see. So to me, this really sounds like the current community features in Palia are very bare bones right now compared to what they have planned, which makes me very happy to know that there is much more in store. Finally for today, it sounds like feedback regarding monetization will be addressed, along with some more upcoming updates tomorrow, again at the time of recording this, and in the future there will also be some Q&A opportunities to address additional feedback and questions from the community directly. All in all, Singularity 6 has continued to impress me with their incredibly clear, kind, and consistent communication, and I'm so delighted to hear about all that's on the horizon for Palia. So be sure to share your thoughts with me on these updates in the comments below. Let me know what you're most curious about, excited for, your guesses on that cheeky little redacted hint, anything and everything. You know I always love hearing from you. Please give the video a like if you are excited to sit in Palia. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care. And a very special thanks to Meredith, Formotus, Tansy, Cisco, Cheese, Divine Raven, Blossom, James, Paul, Jack, Danny, Starry Days, Kimmy, Dream, Becca, Kayla, Haley, Eisenal, Wolf, and Bumble, my beautiful Sunstone members. I love you all very much, and thank you so much for the extra support on the channel, which really helps to make all that I do possible and means the world to me.